you got to do is give it to Susan, and she and Sue will take care of that. But if you know of anyone who wants to join, there is no late fee until the 1st of March. Okay. Janet is still very active with the show, but she is training someone else. Tell me who that is, Gail. I've forgotten.
About the show,
show.
Who's helping with the show are Nikki Cochran, possibly Carly Strickland. Several people have mentioned that they'd like to help, but you can always email Janet directly and let her know that you'd like to help on the logistics, the working it out. There's a lot to do. Needs a lot of hands.
A lot of hands are required. Now, we have said the board has determined a good date for the show, and we're looking at the possibility of even utilizing City Hall as an option if we don't have enough participants that we need the field as we've been doing in the past. We generally have an outdoor show at Crestline Field. Is there anybody here who's not familiar with that show? Raise your hand. Okay, so I won't go into what we generally do, but we are going to talk to Sam Gaston and the director at City Hall and take a look at the indoor and the outdoor space to determine how many people we could actually have, because some people don't have a tent and they don't want to load their stuff for an outdoor show that may be enticed to come to an indoor show if we were able to have it at the City Hall. So some of us are going over to meet with Sam Gaston tomorrow to take a look at that option. We appreciate your feedback. I know I've already talked to Ron, and he's done several outdoor shows in the past 2 years, and he's had really good outcomes being in an outdoor setting. So the date of the show is April the 30th. So that's what we're hoping. That's what we're going for. So those of you who make your calendars and have other shows going on, put down April the 30th. Yes, Carol.
One is, I know a lot of people don't want to do outside shows. If we do it in a hall, could some people set up outside?
Yes.
I prefer to be outside.
Yeah, there will be outdoor space. Yes.
So maybe that.
I did a preliminary survey of the property. I got a lot, thing. It looks like, guesstimate, 20 people outside, 10, 12 inside. Just so you'll know, definitely more possibilities outside, I think, more room outside. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. But also, this might be a good year to consider pairing up with a buddy. If you don't maybe have a whole lot of artwork, it'd be a lot of fun to do it with a friend. That's how I did it the first time.
Any questions about the show? Anybody want to volunteer to be on that show committee? Okay. All right. Well, we'll move on. Let me see. Susan Beck is our corresponding secretary, and she notified me yesterday that she's not going to be able to do that job. So if there is anyone here that is interested in pursuing that position, we certainly be interested in a volunteer. The job entails, and I don't really know the extent of it, but it's filtering emails and storing the minutes. And it may be that we would have to train somebody in the logistics of that. But if any of you are interested, we're not going to have a vote today unless somebody says, I want it, But if anyone is interested in pursuing that, you can talk to Gail or me after the. Is there any other business? Well, if there's not, I'm going to have Gail come up and introduce our program. And for those of you who don't know Carly, I'll let Gail give the rundown.
I'll do what I can. Thank you, baby. if any of you like checking emails, like keeping up to date about what's going on, and just likes helping, that job of corresponding secretary is a great way to get to know people, know what's going on. You can do it from your desk, from home. It's not a lot of physical labor, but it's just maybe checking in pretty much every day or every other day. I think that's the gist of it. I am privileged to be the program vice president because nobody else wanted to do it, but also I am really excited about the opportunity because that means I get to plan a program that I want to hear, I want to see. But you all, if you didn't already, it's not too late to fill out the membership survey to give us some feedback about what you're interested in, but that was very helpful. We had some 50 people reply, and that's a great way to take the pulse of the group and see what we think people are interested in learning about. And so coming up, you'll see on the little calendar, a lot of the calendar is to be announced because the library won't let us reserve these rooms prior to 3 months in advance, which is kind of a hassle. But as a result, we've fallen in love with City Hall. We've had a meeting there a long time ago, but they have a real nice boardroom meeting, kind of like this, the chamber, City Chamber is the name of it, where we'll meet. And so they are free too. So it's one of the perks of being in Mountain Brook, I guess. This costs us $50 every time we meet here, which is in the budget, it's fine. But that's a good reason to meet over there. And it's just a little short walk and there's parking all around, as you know. So the next meeting we have, I just want to announce that, is February the 10th. And we are going to have 2 night meetings this year. And we're trying to keep them as early in the evening as possible. 6 o'clock, 6:15 is the start time in general. And for this next meeting, we're going to have a program that focuses on marketing ideas and tips and ways to jumpstart your art career, ways to do things to do to challenge yourself. I think we all could probably use some fresh ideas. And I have several wonderful artists lined up to be interviewed, and we'll make a PowerPoint presentation about it. If you have, in the meantime, ideas about marketing to share with me directly, that'd be great. Or questions you want to try to be answered, that'd be great. But it's the next meeting is only what, 3 weeks away, 2.5 weeks away, so it's not too far off. I think that's it for the programs. Oh, and one other idea that I thought would be really fun. In the fall, when we get back together in September, after having been apart in the summer, more or less, I think that would be a great time to have a gently used art supply sale. And so if you could use the summertime to kind of go through your books, your materials, things you might want to pass off, you can have a free section, you can have a priced section, and we could just set it up in here. Lord willing, the meeting will be in here. We have lots of room. But do y'all think that would be a fun idea?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think and it would be an art supply sale, not an art, old canvases you want to get rid of sale, unless they're empty or you anyway, you know what I mean. So it's my privilege now to introduce our first presenter for 2022, and it is Carly Strickland. Carly has done something I'm really jealous of. She went to the Savannah College of Art Design. Is that the name of it? Savannah. Oh my gosh, if I had my life to live over, I think I would have done that. But she's been a illustrator. Her degree is in illustrating, right? And she's done 4 children's books, which you can find out about on her website. And now she's focusing on her career in oil painting principally, and in particular pet portraits. And she has a really fun take on pet portraits. If you haven't seen her website, or I'm sure you will see some of that, she does some really cool things with them. So at this point, I'll turn it over to Carly. Thank you. Yeah. Let's see which ones work. That's a little better.
Yeah.
that okay for you all?
It's doing the opposite. You're turning their lights off and mine on.
What about these up here?
So they just take them off. So are those the ones you want off?
That's better, yeah, that's better.
Okay, and we'll turn the other ones up a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be like, we don't know. How's that, is that okay?
Y'all see that okay?
Can you see, is there enough
It
contrast?
could be darker up there.
Yeah, I think it can be darker up there.
All right, and this first one.
Yeah, the down lights.
Put it down.
Those spots over the stage.
Hold it, like that's all the way down. Let's turn this all the way down. Hold it.
It's those three.
The last three are the only ones on.
Yay.
Woo-hoo. I'm gonna turn some other lights back on.
Yes. Yes, perfect, stop. Yes.
Stop.
I missed it.
I am Carly Strickland. I do pet portraits, like she said. I thought I would just like sort of walk you guys through my process. And the original plan was to paint a little bit for you guys. I'm not sure like how that's gonna work now because obviously my paintings can be quite small. This is most of what I do. It's 6x6 is the majority of the paintings that I do. But so we're gonna see because I couldn't get my camera. I was trying to project it up there. So we're just gonna talk for a while and see how far we get. So this is my crowning achievement. This painting was enormous. It's like this. So most of them were like this, and so painting this one was really scary. This is a dog named Chanel, and her owner was like, she is the queen. And so we matched her up with Queen Victoria. This is sort of how I got my start is matching pets with their like old paintings, Renaissance paintings, that sort of thing, just to like give them some gravitas, right? Because like those of us who love our pets, you know, we don't love them like they're pretty lives in our house. We love them like they are the queen. So that was sort of like my thought process with these. And this was actually the first one I did. This is my cat. His name is Loki. And he has a book here and it says Serious Cat Business. Because he's always on his way to do some serious cat business. And I have some other examples of my work up here that you guys can come look at later. Here's another example. Sometimes I put, if the pet has a beloved toy or something like that, I try to get it in the painting. So these were saints. These ones had moved on. So we only had, you know, so she wanted them to be, you know, remembered as the saintly creatures that they were. Okay, so this is some of my more recent work. So this is, I started painting cats either in space as astronauts or like with space within them. Because if anybody has a cat, you know, like they can be the goofiest creature ever, or they're like, you know, they're like an old god who has the powers of the cosmos. And this is my black cat, and it's really hard to take a picture of him because it's always just like a silhouette with eyes. So black cats are the hardest. So it's just like, you know, what do I do with that silhouette? And I made a video of this in the early days of quarantine. And I don't know if you guys heard of TikTok, but it was big in the early days of quarantine. So I made a video about this and it went sort of viral, and my painting commissions just like skyrocketed. I always had a couple on the back burner, but you know, I had to make like a waiting list, and I had to be waiting for 6 months for a portrait because people just really like space hats. Here's another one. It's like a little astronaut with his like 50s bubble helmet. Here's another one. This cat always sits like this. They sent me 20 pictures of this cat like And the student got out, so we were like, we want the space to be like instantly. People really like their cats, guys. And so I always remember their names. I don't always remember the client's name, but I remember that this is Oval, this is Steve, this is TK. Like,
And how big are all these, Carly?
so it really depends. Like this one is 12 by 12. This one was a 6 by 6. That was a 12 by 12. So yeah, a lot of these are 12 by 12s. The cat people really like their cats. My favorite paintings have a tendency to be the 12 by 12s just because you have a little bit more room to get the details just right. I have the lower price, basically because I believe that like everybody should be able to afford art. And so I price my standard portraits at $175 because like a college student, if they say you could afford painting with their pet at $175. And then they get more expensive as they go up, and they get more expensive for like tentacles and space and everything like that. So if somebody just wants, so yeah, that's like sort of my philosophy is like everybody should be able to afford something.
Don't go too fast.
I'm sorry. And I'm gonna get to the point right at the end. Okay, so just as I was gonna show you a little bit of my process of how I mash the paintings, animals with a painting. So I had a client, a lot of times they contact me, they're like, I want to make a painting, and I don't care what kind of painting. I have to sort of go research and try and make sure that I want to paint first of all, because I don't like painting too much lace. Or anything like that. So, but this client was like, I want this painting specifically. And I said, well, it's going to get enormous if you do the whole thing. I mean, it's just going to have to be enormous. Otherwise, your back space is going to be an inch tall. And I said, we're going to have to crop it. And she said, no, I don't know. You know, she was sort of like on the fence about it. She didn't email me back. And so I put something on Word about what it would look like if it was cropped. She didn't know how to, I didn't make her ad or anything like that. So I just sort of put up an email for her. Yeah, the cat's name is Zuzu. And the original painting said Princess Hyacinth in French or whatever. And so I put Zuzu up there. And she got this and she said, all right, let's do it. Like automatically, she was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna do it. So this is what my Photoshop file was like. Because I, mashed up and I had her send little pictures of his paws or her paws, so that it was sort of like a right angle. And I mashed up, I took out parts that I didn't want to paint, and I added some more stuff. And that's what final painting looks like. This is also one of my favorite paintings I've ever done. How big is this one? This one is 9 by 12. It is not as big as I would have liked it to be, but the mashups are a lot more expensive, so you get them.
And Carly, did you say you did that on Photoshop? You would put, yeah. To give you just the visual of how you want the layout.
Yeah, so I just like have photos of the cat, and I was just like rearranging the elements of the original painting.
Yeah.
And you see that like the thing she's holding in her hand that's like a snowflake. Like, I just took that out. I was like, I don't want that. Yeah, the big blue with all the details. Like, that's just gonna be blue. Like, I'm just gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it came out. So yeah, that's my little slideshow. I thought yes. What's the blue thing?
Yes.
Oh, it's a seed. It's a seed. And this is an example of my clients having best ideas, because that's not in the original painting. And she was like, she's a hunter of the blue-tailed 5-line skink, and would you please put one in there? And I had to find a picture of the skink, and I had to like figure out where it's gonna be, so it's like under her paw, like she's just caught it,
That's funny. That's great.
She's saying, who me?
Yeah, that's my slideshow. I thought I'd just tell you a little bit about like the materials I use, and stuff. You're good.
I'm good.
I paint on panel, primarily because most of my clients live elsewhere. So I have to mail them. I was painting on canvas because it's a lot cheaper. But I was so worried about them going in the mail, and I was like overstepping them, and I was spending so much more money on shipping because I was just so stressed out about them getting dented in the mail. So I paint on these panels that are, whatever this is called, they're really deep, they're 2 inches, because that way also my clients don't have to frame them. Like I think really hard about like what's gonna be easiest for my clients. A lot of the clients who get the fancy like Renaissance style one, they want to get their own frame to match their house. Primarily because like those people have a lot more money because like they're spending a lot more money on a portrait. And also because like, I mean, this is a lot better than a frame. I mean, it just is. So I buy unfinished panels and I seal them and I varnish them. I gesso them. This is what I use. I don't know if you guys have a lot of questions about just like color. If you have any questions about what I use. You have to seal the wood panels first. And then I do an underpainting. This is a painting I'm gonna do of my cat being abducted by aliens. Because why not? So this is like what an underpainting might look like. It's really not very in depth. But I find that trying to work from a white surface is really hard to get the colors right because it's just like so shocking. And like this is also kind of shocking to the eye because it's like neon green or whatever. But I don't know, I just think it's a lot easier to like build up your color, not have to start from absolute scratch. I do the drawing on there with a sepia pen because I work in oil paints. And so like if you just do it in pencil, then you put the oil paints on there and it just dissolves. It's just gone. So you have to sort of trace over your drawing with a sepia pen.
Hold on, what's a sepia pen, like a Prismacolor?
I use Faber-Castell sepia pen. Is what it's called, and it's a permanent pen, and it comes in gold and brush and fine and stuff like that. It's permanent and it's artist quality, and you can still see it through another painting.
What about the value study underneath that? Do you want to show that?
Oh, it's not really a value study.
Oh.
So because like this is my career, I don't have time to like sit around and draw every single thing. So I actually transfer them, like from my photoshopping, I actually transfer them onto my canvases using transfer paper. So that's what that is. I printed it, on my computer and I pasted it together and I transferred it. When I do my own projects for me, a lot of times I'll do more drawing and I do sketches also for my clients. Sometimes if that is what they want instead. And then I keep my oil paints in a Masterson palette. And then I put them in the freezer because I pre-mix all of my paints. This is my palette for my self-portrait, which is not quite done over there. I pre-mix them so that I have all of my colors, and then you can seal it and put it in your freezer, and they don't dry very fast. The palette, like on its own, will keep your oil paints for several days. But if you put it in the freezer, I've been working on this for, I don't know, 2 months. And I get it out and I work on it and then I put it back in the freezer. And my husband actually made me buy a freezer and put it in the garage. Because he was tired of opening the freezer and having the pallets fall out onto his head. I use Rembrandt oil paints. Specifically, they have a high pigment load, and they only carry colors that are light fast for like, I don't know, 200 years or something. So they'll never fade or anything like that. And that seems kind of a silly, sometimes I'm like, it's so silly that you're worried about this, like, you paint dogs, like, does the dog need to be medium quality? I don't know, maybe. So that's what I use. And I guess I'll just show you guys, if you have any questions.
What was the brand of wall paint?
Rembrandt.
Rembrandt.
It's by Royal Talons. Royal Talons is the big brand, and Rembrandt is the line, I guess, of the oil base. They're all linseed oil, so that they don't have any weirdness, like mixing, and they all dry at pretty much the same speed, and they have a really high pigment load, which means you don't have to water them down with any like mediums. Yeah, you don't have to use any mediums. And they're just like really vibrant and intense. And I find that really works because I use a lot of bright colors. That's sort of my jam. Is I'm like, what color do you want in the background of your dog or whatever? And they're like, I want it to be bright pink. Yes, bright pink. You know, or purple or blue or whatever. So. Oh, I use silver brushes for the most part. The silver brush, and I'll talk about this a little bit. Because I paint animals, I don't use very many smooth brushes. I like their natural bristle. Silver Grand Prix Extra Long Silver is the brush I use the most. I have it in several sizes. And then also I have this brush that I have no idea what it is, but it was a fan brush. And I chopped off about 2/3 of the bristles. And this is my favorite fur brush now, because they're real gnarly like this. And yeah, so I chopped off like 2/3 of the bristles.
So this is just to do the fur.
To do the fur, yeah. So you can get pretty good fur. I get pretty good fur like with the regular brushes, but because I'm trying to paint as fast as possible, right? Because I'm trying to crank out as many as I can. Using a bigger brush with really gnarly, instead of doing like every hair with a little fine brush, I can just get in there and go, and it really just like bumps it up a little bit.
Well, I'm gonna ask you a question that people ask me about paint. But how long does it take you to do?
Okay, so it depends. A standard 6x6 cat portrait can take me about 4 hours of the painting. Like, that's not including the underpainting and the transfer and like whatever Photoshop I need to do. That's just like pure painting. And then I can do the cats are so much easier because their bases are flatter, their noses are flatter, and they don't have as much variety. Right, so like cats are like boo, 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 boo. So like a 12x12 cat, I could probably do it in about 8 hours. So, but then these take me, I don't even want to know how long to take. The really fancy ones, and then of course they have any like extra like photoshopping involved, and like trying to put a scarf on them or trying to give them this really hat or something like that, and that takes additional time.
Are you painting daily?
It's not quite daily. It sort of depends on like how many like because I'm just doing my own canvases. I try to like wrap them up as much as possible, but I have limited space, and so it's just a process of like, okay, how many do I have designed? Okay, we're gonna do the underpainting for all of those, and then hopefully I can do. The idea is to do like 2 or 3 of the little ones a week. Is like sort of my goal. I do not always succeed in that, but
When you said you remix your colors,
yes.
what are you basing that on? Have you got a color scheme that you worked out ahead of time?
I have a couple colors that I reach for regularly. So and it's just trial and error at first. I have. You can see over here. These are my most frequent colors that I use, and I call them brown and darker brown. That's basically I don't use black ever because I painted a dog in my early days. It was a black dog, and I used black paint, and the dog turned blue. Did not use blue. I don't know how the dog was blue. And so if I found that if you use brown and darker brown, they feel warm, and it still feels like I'll paint a black hat with those colors, and it still feels like a black hat. And at the very end, I'll hit just like a couple of very small areas with an actual black paint. But brown and dark brown is basically burnt umber in various shades, and then burnt umber with ultramarine blue. And I mix that to be a really warm black. And then I mix my strings of value, right? So I always try to get 5 values. I have the darkest color, and then I just add white, or sometimes I add, if I'm mixing a different color, sometimes I'll add like yellow or something like that, depending on the color of the animal. Most animals that I paint are brown, dark brown, and then if they're like a tabby or an orange cat, I mix another color that's mostly like my giant big stick. This is a mall stick. I don't know. I know. Okay, so this is a mall. Okay, no. Okay, we're getting distracted. Alright, what colors do I use to mix my brown? I use transparent yellow oxide, yellow ochre, and transparent orange oxide are the colors I use to mix if I'm doing a dog or a cat that's orange, or is a tabby. The cat is mostly transparent yellow oxide and yellow ochre. Yeah, so like this sort of orangish color. And most cats are like most animals are those colors. Those 3 colors, like the colors I use all the time. I pretty much mix them for every animal. And it's really nice because I'll be able to just like, if I don't use all this paint for this painting, I'll just add like whatever background color I need for my next painting, and I can just like keep going on the same palette. Because a lot of times they're not used up and they're not dried up yet because we're trying to do so many a week.
Did you do those for transfers?
Yes, I do. Yes.
And then you take it from there.
Yeah, and then I paint. Yeah. And it's the transfers don't help as much as you might think. Especially when you're doing fur, because you start to paint and then you start trying to like mess the fur up, and then your lines are just gone. So it's really a starting place, and then you have to keep going back to your reference and drawing with the fur as much as possible, because like it pretty much that helps me nail like where the eyes and the nose are, and then other than that, like it's fur and it's all over the place. And it's so you end up going like you put the fur down and then you go back with it into the background. So I'm trying to get it to feel soft, right? So I'm always trying to get wet into wet. So I paint these 2 colors, and then I'll like drag my brush with the fur, and then now the fur's too big, and I'm gonna drag the other way. So you sort of go back and forth. You're trying to get a soft edge.
Do you paint with your palette?
I do. I got my whole setup so that everybody can see. This is how I work. I have big lights in my studio, but my window has kind of inconsistent light. It's south facing, which is really not great. It really has more like facing. So sometimes the light shines in this way, sometimes it shines in this way, and sometimes it's so. Well, I'm like fighting light all the time. So I have this additional little light that I hang on here. I have this piece of board here that lets me just pop whatever size I'm working on, and it just pops because I don't like to clamp my painting. So I'm trying to like put the circles really nice. And I do paint with my palette clamps like this. Because that way it's in the same raking light as my painting. Because if you have your palette down, you'll like look down there and then you get some paint and then you put it over your painting, you're like, that's not even the color I was after. And so because just the light is different. And also that way, like I think it's really easy for me to just like look back and forth between what it is.
You keep it from running. What about paints? They're pretty juicy.
I really don't have a problem with that. I don't know, they don't seem to run for me. They're very juicy. There's a couple of colors that do run. And either like when I'm mixing, I'll just like try to mix it really good with my palette knife, and sometimes I'll keep it running, but other times I just let it run and I just like get it with the towel.
So when you're mixing, I'm just jumping in. When you're mixing your colors, don't you do it flat mostly?
Yes, I do,
do
I
that.
mix flat, yeah.
And then you'll post
And
it.
then I post it, yeah. Yeah, that keeps it, because like, you're like mixing, they'll just like fly off the axe, it's just like, wow. Okay, so my wall stick. This is a giant piece of bamboo that my husband cut for me. And then we dried it in my garage, and then my dad sanded it down little bits. It was a mini first effort. So basically what this does is, I have this bar at the top that my husband also made for me, and if anybody wants to check this out, like at the end, like see how it's made. So the easel has this clamp bit at the top, and we screwed this board on here, and it's got it needs to go into the bottle. It's cork. It's cork. On either end, because basically what this is for is when I'm painting the little eyeballs, which are so tiny on these little paintings, I can prop my hand on the ball stick and then paint like this without having to put my hand on the painting and then possibly get paint on my hand or that's like my painting or whatever. So that's basically what it's for. And then the peg, so I just let it go. And then it doesn't like fall over and crash into everything, and scare my cats, which are usually sleeping, right over my feet. So yeah, that's a small stick, and then this is my, I put my laptop on this. My laptop is, I did a bunch of research because I didn't want to buy like an iPad and a laptop or something like that because like I didn't want to have too expensive and I don't want to be like transferring my pictures from one place to another or anything like that. So I did research and I found a laptop that has a really high color fidelity, which basically means like the colors are accurate, which is surprisingly hard to find on a laptop. All the Macs have them. Mac screens are incredible. If you can afford a Mac, you should definitely buy one of those. And then this one actually folds backwards like that, and so it sort of becomes an iPad. And then I got this fancy clamp, and then the clamp doesn't hold the screen upright very well; it slides. And I learned that lesson because I left the room, and then my laptop fell on the floor. So I made a little wire thingy that like it's the bottom, and so that's what I paint from. So I have my screen like that, and I have my palette and my thing. I have a little tabouret that has my brushes and stuff on it. And this is like my whole setup. Like that's how I paint. And because of my light in my studio, so scared of all that. Because the light in my studio is so inconsistent, I actually bought this easel like on purpose that has wheels. And so like sometimes I'm over here and sometimes I'm over here, and I just sort of wheel my easel around to kind of find the best light. Anybody have any other questions?
So you always make standing up, you don't ever sit.
I do sit actually, yes. But I go back and forth, and the easel goes up and down. It's fine, it happens. But yeah, so I go back and forth, the easel goes up and down, and it all actually goes all the way to the ground, and sometimes I sit on the floor. Because I don't know, I can't sit down. Sometimes my cat is sleeping in my chair and I have to sit down. I sit on the floor, sometimes I just sit on the floor because
Do you varnish these, seal them?
I do. I varnish, and I'm staring at the crap at you guys. I will stop. I varnish the game bar. I wait until we're really, really dry. I usually give them 6 to 8 weeks. And then I do a pre-varnish with Gal Kid and OMS most of the time, unless my clients are really champing at the bit, in which case then sometimes I'll just varnish them.
And OMS is odorless mineral
Odorless
spirits.
mineral spirits, yes. So I use OMS like to clean my brushes, just like in between colors and stuff like that, and then when I'm done for the day, I will clean my brushes with something called Turquoise Natural. You don't have to put it on my back. Turquoise Natural, which is a brush cleaner, and it basically never dries, and so you get most of the paint out, and then instead of having to like wash them with some water or with like, what is it? Turpentine or something really stinky like that, or really hazardous. It just cleans the brush and then it doesn't dry. And so then the next time you paint, you just rinse them with odorless mineral spirits again before you start, because that gets the turquoise out. And so that keeps me from having to like endlessly wash my brushes. It just is like a really handy thing. It's non-toxic. I worry about that because my cats are in every. I have 3 cats.
Are they super?
Yeah, these are the 2 of them, and then the black cat who I painted, with the stars in it, and somebody bought that painting, and I'm kind of sad, I miss it, but also they bought the painting, so.
Do you have links or remember off the top of your head where you got that lamp and that pad holder, that iPad holder?
I searched, so I probably could find them in my Amazon history, but I got them on Amazon. So this light is, I got this actually for like going to like shows and stuff. I showed a couple times at the Birmingham Feline Fanciers Cat Show at the Zamora Shrine, which is so much fun. But it's like 2 days and it's the same people are there for all 2 days, so it's not like a big hustle and bustle. So I would take my painting and just like paint, and people would come up to me and talk, and I got a bunch of commissions. But it's really dark. I don't know if you guys have ever been to the Zamora Shrine, but it's really dark. And so the second year, I was like, I am getting lights. And so this actually has a battery pack in it, or you can plug it into like a USB charger holder.
Is there a name on it, on that?
It is Glorious Light.
Glorious Light.
I just like, and I think it was actually like it was like a music stand light for maybe on a music stand like for orchestra. And I got 2 of them, and I use this one on my easel all the time, and then I take it over with me when I go to like an event or something. And then the clamp, I just searched like heavy duty clamp. iPad clamp, I think is what I searched, like heavy duty iPad clamp, because I have like these other clamps and they're just like, they'll barely hold my phone up, and the phone's like, This is sort of my setup that I use to film my paintings and stuff for TikToks, which is where I get most of my commissions, by the way. People on TikTok are crazy, I love them. But yeah, so I have 2 clamps because it keeps my phone from it's like steady on this tripod. And I'll just like film over my shoulder, or I'll film, little bits here and there, and then I edit them together into a video. And there it goes. It doesn't always go smooth. It does not. Oh my gosh, I talk so fast.
What's the name of your computer?
It is an Acer Spin. Acer is a pretty good brand. I just like I also paint outside, like when the weather's nice, because I don't have hyper and I like to play places. So I paint on my deck. And so I also trying to find screen that's bright. Because you would be surprised how dim a lot of like cheaper laptops are. And if you got like an iPad, like that is like the best. It's gonna go so bright. iPads are usually brighter than laptops. Phones are usually brighter than laptops. So like that's gonna be like the ultimate. But that's not what I got. I had an Acer Spin, and it was about $350. Okay.
Yes.
These are books I illustrated, which is my background. I used to do a lot of digital art, and now I do paintings because I learned how to paint. This is my mom, Terry Strickland. She taught me everything I know. But yeah, I did digital art for many years, and so this is Mother Cheese. It is a Mother Goose nursery rhymes, which are out of copyright. Reinterpreted to be like old sci-fi. I'm a really big Star Trek fan, and I love sort of mid-century science fiction. And so like, you know, there's old Mother Goose and her flying goose. You know, it's a rocket ship. And my obsession with animals has always been like almost every single one of these has an animal in it. Like there's the cow that's jumping over the moon, it's like a giant alien cow. And little Bo Peep has lost her sheep, and they're like gone, walk about outside the spaceship.
So where would we find those?
You can get them on Amazon, you can buy them from me. I have links on my website. I have some in stock here. Speaking of Star Trek, this is my To Boldly Go from A to Z. This is the original series alphabet book. So like A is for alternate universe, C is for captain.
Did you have to get their permission?
You know, I did not.
It's better to
And
ask
they
for
should-
forgiveness.
Nobody should call Paramount. That I have these. I only sell these in person. I don't sell them online. This was like, I used to do a lot of conventions too, like sci-fi conventions, and there was a Star Trek convention in Atlanta, and I wanted to do something for them to have prints to sell and stuff like that, and I really wanted an excuse to go and be a vendor. And so that was part of it, and then the other part is just like, one day I just like, you know, see this for captain, and you know, all these things like that, and I was like, maybe I could find ones for all of them, and I did. It exploded. And then I also have Sunshine Inside Out, which is a book about a hamster that gets out of her cage and the little adventure she has. And sort of the fun thing about this one is it's sort of like a proto comic book, and that it has panels that, you know, it's like one panel to the next, and there's hardly any words. So that was like a really fun, like, trying to show like, okay, the girl taking the hamster out of the cage, and with no narration of like, and then she took it out of the cage, and the only words are when, it's me. When she, you know, talks to the hamster, and it's based on a true story of when my hamster got out of her cage, and we were like, what sort of adventure did you have? And then also I have this book, which is Awesome Like a Possum, which was a group of friends of mine from college. It's like rhyming animals, because again, my obsession with animals started very young. And we all took like a different page and did, like there's a fairy tale whale, and there's chainmail snails fighting on battle wheels. So that's good fun. We did that for a while. It was a fun hustle, but you know, I like the painting stuff more because it's like a real physical thing that I've made, and I sit there and I get to do something different every day. It's a different animal. I get to hear people's stories about their pets, because one of the on my forum on my website, which is like, tell me about your pet. Like people will be like, well, my cat, she loves her one little spot by the window, and her favorite toy is this, and then she always does this really stupid thing, she falls off the table, and I'm like, I love it. Yes, ma'am. We actually, my family started a publishing company called Marty Publishing, and we were self-publishing through Amazon. So the publishing that they have is, you don't order, like, I ordered 1,000 books, and I have 1,000 books in my house, and I have to sell them. It's, you order them, and they print them, so it's on demand printing. And, it's really easy, like, they'll give you, like, whatever this is code, this ISBN, they'll give you an ISBN number, so you'll have a barcode, you'll be all official, and they put it up for sale on Amazon, so you can find it and send people links for them to buy it. And then they get a little bit to print it, and you get a little bit when somebody buys it. And of course, then we would buy stock, we could try to sell them, you know, at events and stuff like that.
So is all of your work commission?
Pretty much all of my work is commission. I just have I have such a big waiting list that, that it's hard for me to want to take time to do my own paintings. And it sort of depends, because my paintings have a tendency to get like the attention, like on TikTok, like if I make a video about one of the paintings that I'm doing for myself, has a tendency to be, I get more people commenting and stuff like that. And I don't know if that's because like I'm more excited about the paintings I did for me, or like just because I'm having ideas. But yeah, so I have one other painting, but these are my paintings that I have that I've done for me, and I just these ones aren't for sale. These are my cats. But like the one I did, my black cat with space. Like I just put that up for sale. I really didn't want to, but I set up a really high price. People got it anyway because it was, getting a lot of attention on TikTok. And I also sell prints of some of my pieces. And this painting over here of my cat being abducted by aliens is going to be for me, unless somebody wants to buy it. But yeah, so mostly I paint commissions. Like it's, and I actually I feel good about it because my clients have really good fun ideas. Like the cat that the lady was like, my cat is like the Cthulhu Eldorad. And I wanted to be like tentacles and magic and stuff. And I was like, I would never have thought to do that on my own. But what an idea. You know what I mean? So my clients really have really good ideas. And I do about half standard portraits and half fun portraits right now. And if it was like way more standard portraits, I might feel like that urge to paint more paintings for me. But my clients have the best ideas. And then I get to look at the paintings for like 2 months. I hang them up in my studio and I get to look at them, so. How long have I been painting? When did we go to Italy?
2017.
I've been painting since 2017.
2017?
Yeah.
She has a very good teacher, and this young lady would like to hear that.
Yeah, so, okay, so that's disingenuous.
She's not really say that because she has art for
I did. I took figure drawing and I actually took a couple painting classes at SCAD. And then mostly I did digital art for a long time.
Did you find a little girl?
Yes. I've been making art basically since I could write on. Basically, like our time was our family together time. Like it was, I mean, I've always had a pencil in my hand and I've always been drawing. It's like when I was younger, I was just more interested in like anime, cartoons, and stuff like that. And then it's like just like in the last since 2017, I became more interested in doing realism instead of sort of like cartoony, illustratory stuff. I was like,
You took my class for maybe about a year before that, or how?
yeah, I took mom's class. And she has like when you first start, she does like you do still life, so you learn about light, you learn about painting and stuff like that, and then finally was like time for me to like do some of my own projects. And I was like, no, I don't really want to do anything except for paint my cats. I love my cats. She was doing just like, what are you gonna do? You want to do this, do that? I was like, I just want to paint my cat. I love this cat so much, and I'm gonna die. And so I painted him, and then I painted my husband's cat, who does not like me very much, but I like her, and so I painted them, and then I just like got on Facebook and I was like, does anybody want one of these? Like I painted this, and I was like, does anybody want something like this? And a couple of my friends shared it, my mom shared it, and that's sort of where it started. Is I had a day job and I just started doing that, and it sort of snowballed into what it is. Yeah, well, yeah, it's never full time job.
I was just gonna say, you're not gonna be able to look her up. Very, 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 very good.
Thank you. She was then kind of avoiding doing people, and then finally just the past couple months, she said, she was gonna do a self-portrait, and that's what she's been working on. That's really good. I'm like, see,
That's my first person. try to sort of like, if I mess it up, then I only messed it up for me, you know, it's like, I don't know. I messed up my face, so like, you know, but I'm not gonna get mad at me for messing up my face.
This is too personal, but there's times that I feel like how we think we see ourselves and how we really. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I actually struggled with that in my early TikTok days, because I was like, I'm not gonna make any videos where you see my face, but I was sort of freaked out about like making a lot of videos like with me and looking at me and editing me talking was like and then eventually I sort of just like got over it, because like there was a lot of just like holding your own and being like, I made this and it's really cool, and you hold it up and like you're just like seeing yourself again and again, you know, on your phone in a video, and I don't know, I just sort of got used to it.
What do you see yourself doing in 10 years?
Well, I would like to branch into other kinds of portraits. I don't know about people yet. I've been thinking about doing toy portraits. There are a lot of people who have collections of old vintage toys or something like that. I've been really thinking about maybe trying to do something like that. I like to teach some more. Currently I do a little bit of part-time acting with a twist, which is like a sip and strokes, where people go when they drink and they leave after 2 hours with a finished acrylic painting, and it's fun. It's like a party, you know. It's like not anything serious, but it has taught me that like I actually really like teaching. So I sort of like to do some teaching and just sort of diversify, because there's like only so much like sitting in my studio by myself painting that I can take. Like it's kind of isolating to just like trying to be cranking out a painting, you know, several paintings a week by yourself in a room with you and your thoughts and your music. And I like to do more stuff in the world. Yes, ma'am.
You've kind of answered this question already with the telling us about your TikTok experience, but I was wondering if you have any marketing tips to what I would call emerging artists, what you consider important steps to take to get your name out there, get your work out there. What have you done that's helped you?
Well, you know, a lot of the standard advice was like, you have to post, you know, every day or consistently or multiple times a week. And I have found that sort of pressure on me to do that has led to me doing less and less. So I've been a little bit pieced and damn it. Like I get all wound up about something, and I make a bunch of videos and I post on Instagram, and then I don't for a while. And it hasn't really seemed to hurt my career at this point doing that. But that's sort of against the. I guess my advice would be, whenever you're excited about something, share it. Because I get the most, you know, clicks, the most likes, the most engagement on things that I'm genuinely excited about. And I think you can tell. If I'm just posting a picture of like the same old cat I painted 30 times, like, oh my gosh, here it is on Instagram. But when I'm like, this is the coolest thing I've ever done, and I'm like posting like in progress, yeah, like this is it, like that's when I get engagement. And I think it's like kind of a buzzword, like being authentically who you are. I think I'm kind of a chaotic person, and I just sort of like let my stuff be like, I'm like, look at my videos, and like that, like how chaotic I am and how excitable I am. So yeah, I don't know, follow the excitement, follow the bliss, share it, like when you're excited, like, I have to share this emotion because then other people will be excited about something that I'm doing. That was specific as maybe like.
Are you done?
I was gonna paint, but like my painting is so small, like I don't know.
Well,
This is way back, and this is really a personal question, but what were those 3 colors you used for the brown dogs?
Okay, for the brown, I just used pure raw umber. Burnt umber. I just like my tubes and I get them out, and that's what I do. So okay, yeah, so this is burnt umber, just a pure burnt umber shade is my brown. And then my black brown, I do burnt umber with ultramarine blue deep.
I was talking about like for the tan dogs.
Oh, the tan dogs. Transparent yellow oxide,
Yellow ochre.
transparent yellow oxide, transparent orange oxide, and yellow ochre. I lost my key too. So I'll see yes, and yellow ochre. Those are the colors that I use. And then that gives you one that's like a value that's, it's not a very dark value. And so then usually I make a darker one just by adding more number. And then I make my lighter string. And this is really, really helpful because you're painting a color, you're painting here and then you're like, okay, so right next to it, you're looking at your photo reference and you're saying, okay, so I need to go one shade lighter than that to go right there. Well, it's already there. I don't have to like mix anything on the fly. I try to mix really big piles. Mom always says, paint like it's three. So I try to make big piles, and if it's like freeze it, I can't, right? It's like I get to use it again and again, and it's like dry out. And then my stand-up freezer that I got from a yard sale, because it's my garage. So that way I have multiple palettes. Like I have my palette mixed for my makeup portrait, and I have my palette mixed for this, and then I'll probably mix another palette for my cat makeup done by aliens because it's the weirdest colors. It's like neon green and purple and stuff. So. So that's sort of like the purpose of this premix and the strings. Is it's really easy to jump to the color that you need if it's already there. And if you just put it down, then you go like I need to go darker, I need to go lighter, or I need to go more orange or less orange, and then I mix in between two. Like if this is right and that's not right, then I'll mix a little pile in between. It's like holding both sides. And then, so how I paint usually is I get, for fur, I try to put down approximately the correct value. It is the most important part for me, putting it down to begin with. So like color you can sort of fiddle with. So I try to put down like the perfect value and close to the right color. And then I do that through like laying tiles, like here and there and here and there and here and there. And then like once I feel good about the value of a big section, and you can see like I did all of this in like 2.5 hours. Once I get it all in, it doesn't look like I did anything. I mean, it looks like, just mushy nonsense. And then I try to go in with another brush and I soften the edges, and I take my swirly brush and I go this way without it. I sort of blend them in together. And then an important thing about like to get the fur texture that I do, whenever I've got a big section like this, and it's like a medium gray, then I'll once I get it softened and the drawing looks right and the shapes look right and it's looking pretty three-dimensional, I will take a lighter color in one of my really swirly brushes, and I'll do little bits of hair on that color. And I'll take a darker color and I'll do little bits on that hair. And that really is what gives it the like three-dimensional fur. Is it really just like pops the whole thing out. So that's really like my biggest advice for painting animals is like don't use black. I use black in the pupils. And then at the very end, if there's like black around the eyes or like a really dark area, I will add like the very end, I will add like a little bit of black. But that's it. Like don't use black, use brown. And when you're doing fur, I do the lighter color and dark color also. Really loosely, gently in there as well. I don't think there's any other advice about painting animals that I would have.
What about the eyes? Everybody always comments how your eyes are so magical.
Okay, so I usually don't paint the eyes exactly like how they look in the pictures because people take terrible pictures of their pets. They just do. And so I do their eyes. So I sort of imagine like every eye is, just like a glass. It's like a glass orb. And so wherever the light is coming from, so connected. And it's gonna sleep now. Okay, so there's last order, and the light is coming from over here. There's gonna be a sparkly highlight, right? We all know, like a little sparkly white highlight on the eye. But then on the other side of the iris, there's going to also be a highlight inside the iris of a different color, like on the opposite edge of where the light is coming from. So I do a white highlight, and then in the iris, I do a lighter color. That really makes the eyes pop out. It's like light is shining in the eye. Even if it's not in the photo, I do it. And for brown eyes, which is most of the eye colors that dogs have, I use a little bit of white and a little bit of cadmium yellow tea to get that the shiny spot. And then you do a real deep shadow. And then you'll put that on up here. I can make that out if you're interested. And then so yeah, that's basically what I do. Is that great? Okay. Great. Does anybody have any other questions?
Yay. People are here. Yeah, did you get a copy of that calendar?
Yeah.
Carly, that was amazing.
Oh, okay.